The gender ideology executive order continues by, in fact, defining gender ideology in part as permitting the false claim that males can identify as and thus become women and vice versa, and requiring all institutions of society to regard this false claim as true. It then defines gender identity in part as a fully internal and subjective sense of self, disconnected from biological reality and sex, and existing on an infinite continuum that does not provide a meaningful basis for identification and cannot be recognized as a replacement for sex. I find that interesting because as a person who walks in the world, when I think about people and their gender identity and expression, I would argue the last thing on my mind, and I think on most people's minds, when they are trying to figure out how someone is identifying or expressing themselves, and therefore the polite and respectful way to hail them. I don't think I've ever asked someone what their gametes were at conception. I would be shocked if you had either. The other part of this executive order that I think is worth noting with some alarm is that it positions transgender people, by definition, as falling outside of these definitions, and therefore is a threat to society and its institutions. So this is, make no mistake, an executive order that characterizes transgender, non-binary, and intersex people as somewhat subversive, and in fact, a civil subject who resists the government's hail by failing to fall into these neat categories of what the government thinks people should, how people should organize their lives based on their sex assigned at birth.